How does AI know so much? Hi, welcome to Curious Kids Every Day. I'm Josh. How are you doing today? It's so good to hear from you. Hey, have you heard people talking about these two letters lately? The first letter is A, and the second letter is I. AI. Have you heard about this? Do you know what AI stands for? Well, it stands for artificial intelligence. The word artificial means something that was made by humans, which is supposed to look like it was naturally occurring in nature. And then the word intelligence just means the ability to learn or understand things. So the phrase artificial intelligence just means something made by humans that's supposed to look like it can understand things. If you've seen someone using AI, I bet it seemed pretty smart to you, didn't it? AI can answer questions about many subjects. Some AI can even talk in a way that sounds like a real human. I have to remind my kids very often that AI is not a real person, even though it sounds super real and super smart. It's still just a computer system built by humans. I was thinking about AI today because I got a question from a couple of kids named Kareem and Jamal. They wondered, how does AI know so much? AI is a name for many different kinds of computer systems. Some can recognize objects in photographs, others can recommend songs or help predict the weather. But today we're talking about the kind of AI that answers questions and carries on conversations. Many of these chatbots use something called a large language model. Can you say large language model? We usually shorten it to LLM, but LLM stands for Large Language Model. And do you know why we call the language model large? It's because it learns by training with an enormous collection of text. That collection is called training data. It contains examples showing how people use words, how they explain ideas, how they answer questions, and how humans connect one subject to another. And before the model can work with that text, it divides the writing into small pieces called tokens. When I was a kid, a token was what we used to play arcade games at the bowling alley. But these tokens are very different. Tokens are pieces of data. They might be a whole word, or part of a word, or even just a punctuation mark. And then the model starts practicing. Chatbot models practice predicting which token should come next. This is probably sounding kind of complicated. Let me give you an example of what I mean. Okay. Can you guess the next word in this phrase? I'm going to say some words, and then you tell me what the next word should be. Are you ready? Say it out loud if you know it. Peanut butter and... What'd you say? Jelly. But wait. Is jelly actually the right answer there? I mean, you could have a peanut butter and honey sandwich. My kids like peanut butter and honey sandwiches. You could have a peanut butter and banana sandwich too, right? But when I said peanut butter and, you guessed that I meant peanut butter and jelly, right? And you know what? You were correct. That's what I was trying to get you to say. You made that prediction because you have heard the phrase peanut butter and jelly many, 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 many times before. During training, a language model makes predictions like that over and over again. And each time it makes a wrong prediction, A mathematical learning process adjusts number settings inside the model. These settings are called parameters. So, if the language model thought you were going to say, peanut butter and elephant sandwich, and you said, no, that's not what I wanted you to say at all, it would make a note. Oh, okay. Humans don't eat elephants with peanut butter. Also, they don't eat elephants at all. That's kind of how training works for a large language model. And when I say that a language model is learning, I don't mean that a computer is actually learning things the way that humans learn things, okay? What I really mean is, a computer program has been specifically coded to make a note when it's told that one of its guesses is incorrect. And then it adjusts its parameters to make a better guess next time. And when I say that a computer guesses, again, I don't mean that the computer has a brain and it's guessing the way that humans do. I just mean that it's programmed to use the information it has and output something that will make sense to a human. Sometimes it works, other times it doesn't. And when it doesn't work, the computer program is designed to adjust its parameters so that it can make a better guess next time. These large models contain an enormous number of parameters. Together, they capture patterns about language and relationships between ideas. The model learns that certain words often appear together, like peanut butter and jelly. And it also learns that a question usually needs an answer, and that the meaning of a word can depend on the words around it. So when you type a question to an AI, that question is called a prompt. The model examines your prompt and the conversation around it. Then it calculates which token would be most useful. After it chooses one token, it predicts another one, and another one, and another one. It continues until it has created a complete response. A language model can sound really smart because it learned patterns from a huge amount of text. Some AI systems have additional tools too. They might search the internet for answers, or use a calculator, or look through a database. Those tools can provide current or specialized information that the model did not learn from during its original training. But like I've said, sometimes they get it wrong. Language models predict plausible text. Do you know what plausible means? Plausible means, even if it's not right, it sounds like it could be right. So a plausible statement is not always a true statement. When a model produces believable information that is false, people usually call that a hallucination. This is why it's always so important to double check what AI is telling you. Because whether or not an AI gets the answer correct, it's trained to be very sure of itself. Even if it does get the answer right, it just guessed right. It didn't actually know for sure. It looked at all of its parameters and basically said, okay, I think this is what Josh is asking for, and I guess he'll let me know if I'm wrong. So, how does AI know so much? It's because people train language models with enormous numbers of examples. And at the end of the day, no matter how human these things look or sound, they're all just computer programs designed by humans. And they're built to learn patterns by adjusting their parameters. They use those patterns to predict helpful responses. A lot of times, it gets things right, but not all the time. So just make sure you double check what you're hearing. Okay, let's have a quick quiz and see what we learned today. What kind of model powers many chatbots? It's something large. It's a large language model. And what does a large language model predict while creating a response? It predicts which token should come next, which piece of information needs to come, one right after another. And what do we call it when an AI sounds convincing, but it's actually getting something wrong? That is called a hallucination. Let's play true or false. True or false? A chatbot that sounds human is a real person. Nope, that's false. True or false? Every chatbot response is copied from one particular web page. Nope, that's false. It's using its training, and it might use lots of different sources from the internet. True or false? Some language models can use tools such as internet searches and calculators. Yep, that's true. We just talked about that a second ago. Would you rather build your own computer program or build your own playground? Now, I have at least a little bit of experience doing both of these things. I've built a playground before, and I have built at least a tiny little computer program. I haven't learned much coding, but I learned enough to build something. And I must say, I did enjoy building the playground a lot more than building the computer program. It was easier to wrap my head around, but everybody is different. So maybe you are more interested in working on computer programs. Both are very helpful and can be very fun. Okay, let's play a round of What Am I? What am I? I am very small. A language model uses me while reading and writing. And I might be a whole word, part of a word, or just a punctuation. What am I? I am a token. Today we learned that many chatbots use large language models trained with enormous collections of text. During training, these models practice predicting pieces of language and adjust number settings called parameters. When someone enters a prompt, the model uses its learned patterns to create a response one piece at a time. Pretty interesting how it all works. At the end of the day, AI is just a powerful version of a computer program, and all computer programs do is follow rules that a programmer wrote. So even though a lot of this AI stuff seems very human-like, they're all just computer programs at the end of the day, built by humans. What kind of question do you think we'll ask tomorrow on Curious Kids Every Day? I can't wait to find out. So until then, keep asking questions and stay curious, kids. And we've got some birthdays today. Charlie from Chestermere, Alberta, Canada is turning 2 today. Happy birthday, Charlie. Rory from Canada is turning 3. Happy birthday, Rory. Leo from Illinois is turning 4. Happy birthday, Leo. And all of these kids are turning 5 today. Summer Mireille Her from Idaho. Happy birthday, Summer Mireille Her. Eloise is from a village called Egg in Switzerland. Happy birthday, Eloise. Grayson from Pennsylvania. Happy birthday, Grayson. Laurel from Louisiana. Happy birthday, Laurel. Wes from California. Happy birthday, Wes. Ruthie from Tennessee. Happy birthday, Ruthie. And then all these kids are turning 6 today. Levi from Vancouver, Canada. Happy birthday, Levi. Luke from Florida. Happy birthday, Luke. Gordon from California. Happy birthday, Gordon. Dougal from England. Happy birthday, Dougal. And Madison from California. Happy birthday, Madison. These 2 kids are turning 7 today. Colton from Nevada. Happy birthday, Colton. And Eloise from Texas. Happy birthday, Eloise. These kids are turning 8 today. Remy from Texas. Happy birthday, Remy. Henry from Georgia. Happy birthday, Henry. And Lexi from California. Happy birthday, Lexi. Virginia from Pennsylvania is turning 9 today. Happy birthday, Virginia. And Michael from Georgia is turning 11 today. Happy birthday, Michael. To all the grown-ups listening, if your curious kid wants their birthday mentioned on the show, please visit supportcuriouskids.com and join the Curious Kids Club. That's supportcuriouskids.com. See you tomorrow.